Lyman Adams' contribution to the cooperative industry spans over 3 decades. Mr. Adams was a champion of education, cooperation, and community at every turn in his professional and personal life. He was respected for his honesty and candor throughout his entire career. Raised on a small, diversified farm and hog operation, Lyman was raised in northwest Kansas near Hoxie. He was born the second of 4 siblings to Lyman and Doris Adams. During his youth, his father instilled a passion for baseball while coaching he and his brother Carl. This upbringing was the start of a lifetime love of the sport and has since developed multiple generations of players and coaches in the family. Academically, he attended Hoxie High School, graduating in 1969. After graduating from high school, Lyman attended Kansas State University. His goal was to become a math teacher and a coach. Unfortunately, that dream was quickly diminished by a required Calculus II class that ended with Lyman changing his major. He focused on a degree in accounting with hopes of landing his dream job, working for a large firm in either Kansas City or St. Louis. With an accounting degree in hand, he graduated from K-State in 1973. Lyman never imagined he would eventually make his mark in the ag industry. At the time of his graduation, his uncle was serving on the board of directors for the co-op in Grainfield. Their auditing firm, C.R. Rock Company out of Hutchinson, known today as Lindbergh Bogle, was looking for someone with a farm background who could audit grain cooperatives. Lyman would spend the next 2 years auditing cooperatives throughout Kansas. During those years, and with the help of a mutual friend, Lyman was introduced to Marie. A year and 2 months later, he and Marie were married on August 11th of 1974. Lyman was spending over 120 days a year in a motel for work. Knowing that they eventually wanted to start a family, Marie kindly suggested he might look into a different career. He spent the next 7 years at Great Bend Co-op, serving as office manager, CFO, and later assistant manager until 1982. During his time in Great Bend, he and Marie also welcomed 3 children, Kyle, Kara, and Kane. Lyman's acumen for numbers and leadership abilities were recognized early on by his colleagues. It was during this time that he was accepted into the Farmland Industries General Management Program, graduating in March of 1983. This would afford him the opportunity to hone his skills and further his leadership training for potential management opportunities. Following his completion of the Farmland program, he was selected as a general manager of the Farmers Grain, Fuel, and Livestock Company in Pawnee Rock. This was a single-location co-op that allowed his growing family to stay in Great Bend and became an important stepping stone in his career. At the age of 34, he became general manager for Cooperative Grain and Supply in Hillsboro. Ironically, this was one of the first audits that Lyman completed early in his career. Lyman would consistently be seen working in all areas of the co-op alongside his employees. He enjoyed bagging feed, running the scale during harvest hours, even helping clean bins to stay engaged with the employee group. Lyman's management style was one that many appreciated over his 31 years in leadership. He consistently strived for what was best for the cooperative and its members. Under Lyman's watch, they evolved into an organization that provided essential competitive products and services to an owner group that continuously grew more and more loyal. Lyman was a true cooperative kind of leader. Lyman's dedication to cooperatives has extended beyond central Kansas. In 1992, he was elected to serve on the Farmland Industries Board of Directors, where he participated in legislative fly-ins in Washington, D.C. He was later elected to serve on the Land O'Lakes Regional Council and Governance Committees. He visited the nation's capital multiple times, lobbying on key issues affecting agriculture and cooperatives. These programs opened his eyes to what was happening around the U.S. and allowed him to bring opportunities back to Hillsboro. Perhaps one of the most interesting things Lyman was a part of was the formation of a feed mill LLC. When most co-ops seemed to be working against each other, he was able to forge alliances between competitors and create larger organizations that had long-term value for its membership. He had a vision of building an organization comprised of 5 different entities who would build a modern feed mill that would fill a gap in the market. United Feed, LLC, known today as Countryside Feed, was formed at a time when nothing of its type had been created. He realized that it no longer made sense for each cooperative to have their own feed mill, as most were inefficient and in need of repair or replacement. Lyman's legacy will be known as Countryside Feed, LLC. Currently, Countryside Feed is a manufacturer and supplier of high-quality feeds for all kinds of livestock, pets, and hobby animals in Kansas and the surrounding states. Locally, Lyman has been active in other leadership roles that provide benefit to his local community. The Hillsborough Youth Snack Pack program works year-round to provide food for children in the community who are experiencing food insecurity. Initially, Lyman served as youth leader and created a cooperative effort among the church, school, and local businesses to provide snacks to 40 children to take home over vacation days or days when school was not in session. Over time, this program has grown exponentially, garnering partnerships with the Co-op, Countryside Feed, USD 410, Land O'Lakes, CoBank, and the local community. Today, more than 30 school districts and 50 volunteers ranging in ages from 3 to 90, come together to assemble snack packs for over 1,300 children in the Hillsborough, Center, and Gossel communities. Over the years, Lyman and Marie's family has continued to grow as well. They are the proud grandparents to Tyler, Braden, Brinley, Adam, Christian, Isaac, Eli, Landry, and Kai, and while that keeps them plenty busy, their family are devoted K-State fans and tailgate at every home football game. For the sum of his career, Lyman has been highly regarded by his peers for his unwavering patience and dedication. He devoted his career to improving the people around him and the cooperative system. Lyman is a successful leader, a driven businessman, and a faithful family man. And although he probably doesn't need reminding, Lyman's plan from the beginning was to head to the big city to find greener pastures. As fate would have it, agriculture commandeered his legacy anyway. For his demonstration of leadership and commitment to cooperatives, we honor Lyman Adams with induction into the Cooperative Hall of Fame.